The history of movie making in Hollywood brought us one of the first studios, Paramount. Founded in 1912 by Adolph Zucker and Jesse Lasky, it is also the only studio still headquartered in Hollywood. From the beginning, it believed in glamour and stars, and it developed the careers of Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, Gloria Swanson, Rudolph Valentino, Clara Bow, and later Marlene Dietrich, Mae West, and Gary Cooper. Paramount also had one of the first successful animation productions with cartoons like Betty Boop and Popeye. As time went on and movies became more popular, other studios started opening, like MGM in 1924, which brought us Greta Garbo, Clark Gable, Jean Harlow, and many, many more. Louis B. Mayer was one of its founders, and not only did he have a great passion for movies, he also created something new and unique. At a private dinner that he organized in 1927 at the Ambassador Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, he formed, to recognize the hard work of the film industry, the International Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. Its first president was Douglas Fairbanks Sr., and Thomas Edison, who copyrighted and created the cameras, was its first honorary member. The word international was dropped shortly thereafter. If you, like me, love movies as a form of storytelling and have wondered where all their history goes after they're released, seen and enjoyed by all of us, then I'll tell you there's a home for them. Actually, there are several, but they all come under the name Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. Of course, there are lots of legends of how this came about, yet regardless to what anyone says or thinks, today, it is the organization that is the custodian of our movies. We're here with Cheryl Boone Isaacs, president of the Academy, as we call it in Hollywood, and the Oscars. I love that you're a woman, you're president. There's so many women that I see here. I mean, you have Dawn Hudson, you have Tenny, you have Christine, the other girl, Claudia, I met today.
Yes, Lorenzo, we have quite a few.
Is it wonderful?
Exactly true.
Talk to me about that.
Well, we are about inclusion. We're about also having the best staff in the world, and we do, because we don't have a big staff. Mm-hmm. So we have to make sure and have the best.
How does, because the Academy is kind of like a mystery, so how does it really work? How does it really work? I love this building. Every time I come into it, I'm like, I wish I worked here. There's a special feeling about
it. It
this
is,
building.
yeah, this building really is nice, and I think it's because it's a building about creativity. So, and the Academy is made up of approximately 7,000 people, and we are broken up into 17 branches in 2 categories. And the branches represent all of the different areas and skills that it takes to actually make a motion picture, whether it's the producer, the writer, actors, cinematographers, editors, animation, sound, visual effects, on and on and on. PR, marketing, and executives. So we really represent the full spectrum of movie making. And each branch makes up its own criteria for membership. So you don't have an editor deciding whether or not someone should become a member of the Academy who's an actor. You have actors who decide. You have cinematographers who decide for cinematographers, and on and on and on. Each branch also decides the criteria to recognize talent. The one place that we all know, of course, the most is Oscar night, but it's not our only night.
And you're preserving the past by creating the Academy Museum also.
Exactly.
Talk to us about that.
We're very, very excited about it, and it's going to open early 2018 here in Los Angeles, and it will be the first world-class destination museum that is all about, its entire function is to celebrate this great art form called motion pictures.
What is your proudest achievement?
Wow. Well, I think it's the inclusion of our members and to really push forward the fact that the Academy recognizes talent and diverse talent and different voices from both the United States as well as around the world.
You know, it's so funny. We all get, there's so many refusals, you know, from as actors, as directors, as so many different jobs. We all get those. It's how we deal with it, right?
Exactly. There will always be disappointments. Yeah. There will always be challenges that you don't think you can master.
Or that you deserve, rejection that you don't deserve.
There are times, I know we have all had in our lives, why am I being challenged? Really, I was just challenged last year. Do I have to get challenged again? But that's life. And you're right. I mean, the key is, what do you do when it isn't going your way? Mm-hmm. It's how you respond to that makes you who you are.
By 1929, at a dinner at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, in front of 270 people attending, and a ceremony which took a total of 15 minutes, the first Oscar night was born. It was hosted by Douglas Fairbanks. As the Academy grew, so did the categories that gave the famous statue to the talent. Was it true that its first librarian, Margaret Herrick, said that the gold statue reminded her of her Uncle Oscar, which created its name? It became a symbol of excellence in movie making, behind or in front of the camera. Oscars are the official award given by the Academy, whose membership was, and still is, by invitation only. As most symbols do, it became historic to win one, or at the very least, until one star outshone the next the following year. So we are at the headquarters of the Academy with one of my favorite people here, Tenny Melidonian, who is the official, you say you're official,
well,
it's fun.
Head of Communications, it's Managing Director of Publicity Corporate Communications.
And I think she has the funnest stories of anyone to tell.
They are pretty fun. I'm very lucky to be here. And I've been here now for 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah, we've known each other for a while. Mm-hmm. And it's been fortunate. I've been very lucky to work with you.
Thank you. Talk to me about the red carpet and the backstage and all the crazy phone calls you get. Tell us the truth about all those crazy phone calls. And when do they start?
Oh, it starts. It starts early. It starts probably, I would say, around November.
I'd like to be a little, like I said to you before, I'd like to be your assistant for the day.
You're welcome anytime.
You're welcome behind you and have the experience of, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's one of those, the first time that I was on a carpet, which is about 10 years ago now, it was probably one of the most surreal experiences of my life.
Paparazzi are screaming.
Well, yeah, the media, it's not even paparazzi, but the media is it's everybody's, calling out their favorite nominee presenter stars, celebrities. These are the biggest stars in the world.
How do you get to be a fan in the red carpet?
Oh, those are the super fans. Those are lucky, really lucky super fans. They basically enter a lottery, probably earlier in the fall of that year, mm-hmm. and they're chosen to come and be part of it. They go through some background checks, obviously, right. and they're there. They're there all day. They come in around 8 a.m. But they're treated like superstars. I mean, we treat them, we feed them, exactly, we feed them, we give them little makeovers throughout the day, we take care of them, and they have really amazing experiences. I mean, I remember one of my favorite experiences, I think it was my first year there, George Clooney. He was nominated, and he was walking down the carpet doing his media, but I remember distinctly somebody from the crowd, from the fans, called out to him. And he just turned around and ran straight to that fan and, signed an autograph, took pictures, and continued to pay attention to those fans before coming back to the media.
Today, the ceremony is 3 hours long with 3,500 in attendance, a dinner, and watched by nearly 1 billion people all over the world. What does the Academy do to make this magical night become a reality? And your last name, Christina, is?
Gunel, yes.
Because she is Greek. There's a great Greek community here.
Yes, it's very, believe it or yes, it is vibrant, I have to say.
Christina has gotten, from marketing, she has gotten movies nominated, great movies nominated for Oscars.
Thank you. Yeah, I have, it was I had an interesting bit of a career working for a good number of years on, starting from working on some Miramax movies, in the early years, actually. The first one I think that won was Sex, Lies, and Videotape, all the way up to probably one of the biggest ones, which actually swept the Oscars, I think in 2004, was Lord of the Rings. It was Return of the King, which was actually really fantastic.
And this is what Christina has created.
Thank
This
you.
year's logo, We All Dream in Gold.
Oh, thank you. Our host, Chris Rock, who's going to be fantastic. And this is, we're calling this the Dream Series. It's Oscar winners here, sort of really emotional moments through the years that we just think, we're hoping people can relate to. We think it's the idea of everybody sort of has their Oscar moment. And this idea about, it's meant to be inspirational truly, but that if you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Stay with us on Sky Oscar to see the Academy in action and at its best. And now, our journey has come to an end. I have shown you my story of Hollywood's magic and the splendor of its lost era, that we can still breathe here. I hope this brought you joy to see Hollywood as I do during this time with Joe's Hollywood.